Hello and welcome to part 2 of our Saratoga adventure as DVC members. Again, we're going to go a little bit more into the resort itself and show a little bit of the pools, as well as at the end just discuss just briefly. This is not going to be an all-encompassing reasons for being DVC, pros and cons, the whole ups and downs, all that. It's not going to be that. Just some of the things that we were thinking about and why we decided. So please hit that like button, the notification bell, and come along with us for part 2 of our Saratoga Springs Resort as DVC members. And they're off to the races. Good morning, and we are Duke Family Chronicles, and this is our welcome home stay. That's right, we are officially DVC members. So we bought points here at our home resort, which is Saratoga Springs. This is the Disney Jockey out here. You can see the hidden Mickey there. And do not sit on this thing when it's hot because it will burn you. Winner's Circle. So let's go into the Carriage House and let's explore again this resort. So this is our second time here, but not as Disney members, DVC members. But this is the Carriage House. So this is the check-in. Now they are doing some refurbishments here, so, and gotta take a look at, let's take a look at this over here. But welcome home. So let's go into our new resort. Well, not new, but new for Disney Vacation Club members. Well, it doesn't look like they're refurbishing in here, so they have cut off. Could go through there to go to Artist Palette. But this is the check-in. So they haven't started in here yet. Has a barn-like feel to it. It's cool. I just noticed this. So these, I guess, are all the famous horses of Disney. Buck. And of course, Bullseye. I guess Snow White's horse was just Snow White. Makes sense to me. And over here we have, and I guess Cinderella's horse was just Cinderella. Con Mulan, Samson, Sleeping Beauty. Wonder why those guys didn't get named horses. And then Philippe and Beauty and the Beast. I just appreciate some of the art here at the main lobby here at Saratoga. Loving it. So usually you're able to walk from the check-in over to Artist Palette, but since they're refurbishing this, but they, like I said, hadn't started doing inside the check-in, but at least they're doing that walkway. You have to come out and come back in. High Rock Springs is what this pool is called. All right, so let's go into, this is their food court, the Artiste Palette. So everything is still mobile ordering here as of late July 31st. And this is the area where they have quick service and some things that you can pick up if you're living in or in one of the DVC rental places that you can stock up on your fridge is right over there. All right, so we're gonna go check out the Turf Club Bar and Grill. We think that's possibly open, but the other restaurant that's here at Saratoga Springs is not. So here's some pictures of some pretty cool Jockey jerseys, I guess, jackets that they wear. Make it clear, this is just the lounge, not the actual restaurant, I guess, is open. And me and Breezy, because we have a little bit of a spicy tooth, we're looking at that creamy buffalo chicken dip. That's looking pretty cool. So, some cool pictures. And here's the So at the Turf Club Lounge, we did end up getting the buffalo dip. See how spicy that is. And just cheese pizza for the soft stomach people of the family. It's a breeze. All about you and me. We might have some pizza too, but.
Yeah. So that buffalo chicken dip is very good. And the chips, they look like they're homemade.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah?
To be, yeah.
So that's a definite winner in the Saratoga Springs. The Turf Grill Lounge definitely would get the chicken buffalo dip. Good stuff there. You agree, Breeze?
What did you think about your pizza?
I thought the pizza was really good. Yeah, it's not bad, but I really like the Walmart pizza that we get. That's really good.
Thanks for that comparison.
So what I thought about the chicken, it was very good, had a big kick to it. The chips were a very, very nice touch. And other than that, I thought it was pretty good, so.
We pretty much destroyed our chicken buffalo dip, and there's nothing. Well, there's a few chips left. So,
What do you think of your pizza?
Pizza was really good. It was very good.
Not a Giordano's.
Not a Giordano's.
Walmart pizza.
No.
And they're off to the races. So this is the main pool here at Saratoga. Liking that hot tub with the fountain over there. And here's a picture of the hot tub here at the beautiful main pool here at Saratoga. Looking good. We're just relaxing in the whirlpool. We got a show. We got a whirlpool show. Brielle being crazy.
Bubbles I can't see.
So many bubbles you can't see.
So this is the Paddock Pool, and it's open up at 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. So it's not open right now. And right here is the bus stop for the Paddock. This is one of the pools that they really like here. So let's just take a little look since there's nobody here. They have a slide here. And they have a hot tub. And then they have a little splash area over there. And then also here at the paddock, they have a little grill that you can get food at, and it looked like the whole family was eating there, so they probably let you go in, just doesn't allow you to swim. So that was the Paddock Pool, one of our kids' favorites. All right, so let's head over to Congress Park and do the quiet pool. So the quiet pool means just that. No slides, no craziness, just kind of chilling. And here at the Deluxes, the quiet pool also has a hot tub. So then we'll show you, since we're at Congress Park, we'll show you Disney Springs too, because this is the area that's closest to the Disney Springs. So yeah, Congress Park is the villas or set of rooms that is closest to Disney Springs. So you actually can walk over to it, or if you're in one of the other areas, I think they actually, maybe not now with COVID, but they actually had a boat launch that you could take that will put you out here sort of at the end of Congress Park to walk back to rooms. Now keep in mind, you know, Saratoga Springs is a very large resort, so it's a pretty decent walk, but you know what, it's doable. And there's Disney Springs. So pretty close. See the balloon there, and all the way down the end of the Disney Springs area. So pretty good for that location, you know, if you just kind of walk over here. And lots of eats that we've shown on our dining and shopping vlogs. So that's another important thing in choosing if you're going to do DVC, is where you want your home resorts, because as we'll explain later, it does have an important impact on when you can first book, because there's a window of time when you can start booking at the DVC resorts anywhere, and the earliest that you could book is going to be your home resort. So take that also into consideration if you're considering to buy into DVC. Just do a quick pan around. There are people else in the pool, but this is what it looks like right here. So just outside of the quiet pool here at Congress Park is a little playground. And as you can see, it's not roped off now. So, and all the different, we'll say areas or places to stay, I don't know what you call them, but they all have these little picnic areas. Hey Breeze. They all have these little picnic areas with a grill or someplace just to kind of sit out and just kind of relax. So they all have that. I think the Carousel actually has one that has actually a carousel. So pretty cool. I think we might be able to go over there and kind of show a little bit of that. So just another little added touch here at Saratoga Springs. So that, again, that's right outside the quiet pool here at Congress Park. Wow, this is seriously nice water right here. Wow. As we said before, it is such a hit and miss sometimes with the temperature regulation at Disney pools. But here at the quiet pool at Congress Park, awesome, great temperature. Wow, just to kind of give you again a perspective, I showed it again, but from inside the pool, pretty large. There is a hot tub right over there, but pretty nice. So really very nice pool here. And we think, again, this is one of three. One of four, sorry. So we know there's this one, we know there's the Paddock. We think this is the only quiet pool, maybe.
I'm not sure.
Maybe there's another one.
Never been over to Grandstand.
So there's one here, one Paddock, one Grandstand. Then there's the High Rock Springs, which is the main one. We are on a special quest here at Saratoga. We have heard that at this Chippendale's cafe or refreshment stand, wherever, on back of the Carriage House, is the greatest grilled cheese ever. Let's see. Here's what they have to offer. All right, so here we're waiting for our greatest grilled cheese ever made. They did not, just me and Mama got it. So she got a chicken quesadilla and you got basically a turkey sandwich. But just for a note, they don't accept the magic bands here at Chippendale Cafe. So you do have to bring plastic. So just for heads up. But we will see, does it match up to the greatest grilled chicken, to the greatest grilled cheese ever. The ultimate grilled cheese is here. Now I put in the greatest cheese ever, grilled cheese ever, because I think if you're gonna say ultimate,
It's gotta be pretty darn good.
it's gotta be the best. So first, before we dig into ours, just to show here, you got basically turkey sandwich,
Turkey and Swiss.
turkey and Swiss,
I got chicken quesadilla.
quesadilla,
It's chicken and bacon, actually.
chicken and
Ew.
bacon, yeah. And then we both got the
Ultimate.
ultimate. All right, so here we go. First bite. Okay, so our comparison to this would have to really be beaches and cream. I think that's the best. So here we go. First bite. Our trumpets and angelical kind of music
It's
on.
pretty darn good.
It's pretty good. I don't know if I would say it's the ultimate, but it's pretty good. It would be a contender definitely for beaches and cream. And I'm not going to exclude Edison. Edison, I wasn't crazy about their tomato soup, but the Edison makes a pretty mean grilled cheese also. So, and it's huge. I mean, gigantic. So I wouldn't exclude them, but it's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good. The crust is nice. I mean, if grandma used to make it with like in a pan where you got a little burnt crust, that's what you like, boom, there you go. So I'm pretty good. All right, so now we're at the Carousel. So this is another one of the villa areas. And let me just show you here where this is on the map. So the Carriage House is right there in the middle there. And then if you drive all the way around, you've got the Carousel up here, the Paddock, Congress Park, which is what we showed, where Disney Springs, and the Quiet Pool, the Springs, which is what we stayed. So the Carousel's all the way up here. So it's towards the back of the property. But what's kind of cool about this area, remember I was saying that there's a lot of places here that have these little sitting areas that are kind of themed towards what the name of the villas are. And yes, it's the same thing here. So we've got, how cool is this? Well, fountain, yes, but a little carousel out there that you can sit and have a little picnic. So how cool is that? So these are the Carousel villas. And how cool. You could just sit here and chill. You got a grill there that you could be grilling on. So our next stop is going to be the Grandstand. We can't get into the Treehouse Villas, but someday we hope to be able to stay there. But let's go head over to see just the Grandstand. All right, so you can see the Grandstand is where? Right out by the golf course. This is the Lake Buena Vista golf course out here. So let's go take a look at a little bit of, there is a pool up here, so there's some people in it. So we're gonna be cognizant of their privacy, but just take a little look at the Grandstand Village. I think one thing we didn't notice the last time we were here, they actually have a little snack shop. So just like with the Paddock, they had a little snack shop here. They have one here at the Grandstand. So here's a little gazebo right here. So again, let's go get some little perspective again of where we're at here on the Saratoga Springs property. So again, here's where we were, the Carousel. So we drove over here to the Grandstand, and it sits right in back of it is the Treehouse Villas. So in some perspective now, so the Grandstand and the Treehouse Villas would be the furthest away from Congress Park, so where all your food stuff is and things like that. So they would be the farthest. Congress Park, the Springs, even the Paddock would be a little closer to the Carriage House than the Grandstand or the Treehouse Villas. But Treehouse Villas have got their own coolness right there. There's a little bit of look at the pool. Again, there's some people in it, but just a little look at the pool. Don't see a hot tub, which is yeah, I do. Yep, so they do. They have a hot tub and nice pool. All right, so that'll complete our resort tour. Back up to you, Tim and Cherie. So thank you for joining us for our coming home or
Welcome home stay.
Our first DVC
stay as official members.
And I've kind of talked a little bit throughout the vlog, sort of our decision as to why we became a DVC member. And there's tons of vlogs out there that go over the prices and all the pros and cons. But from our perspective, just some of the things that we were thinking about. And I've covered a few of them about flexibility and you know, deciding your points based upon kind of where you stay, your flexibility. Because even though whatever home resort you do stay in, you have 11 months to book at that resort, there, depending on when you come, I mean, it's possible that you don't.
Yeah.
And other resorts, then you have a only an option of, what is it, 7 months. 7 months, so within the 7-month window. But that brings up to another point about direct versus indirect, or resale, I guess, versus buying direct from Disney.
And that's something that we spent a lot of time looking into, because when we looked at the direct contracts that were available, was the higher price points. Some Copper Creek was still available. Obviously, they're trying to sell Alani.
Good deals.
And then, well, Copper Creek, they did raise the price because they're so close to completing, and then Riviera. But one thing that we learned in our research was you can buy direct from Disney at some of their sold out resorts, because they do some buyback on the resale market, and then they make those contracts available. So that really appealed to us, and we looked at a couple different options. At the time, Disney helicopter, the time that we were looking to buy, we had looked at some Animal Kingdom, we looked at Beach Club, and then Saratoga and Key West was also available. But we had come and stayed here and loved it with the refurbs, and just a really laid back atmosphere, and it's quiet and peaceful, and not a lot of that hubbub that you get at some of the other resorts, and it's beautiful.
Let me just add, that
very scenic.
That does bring up a point that if you go online and look at what's available, Saratoga Springs is not going to be available. It's not going to be. In fact, Copper Creek, which was like a few months ago, is not no more. So this is, you have to call directly to the DVC.
So you get a guide if you are looking to buy directly from Disney. And they're the ones that actually can give you pricing, point charts and things like that. So we felt like we got a really good deal. We wanted a large contract, and we ended up buying 300 points, and we split it into 2 different contracts, just in case we give it to the kids at some point down the road. So we have 2 150 point contracts, but same use year, and they're bookable all at the same time. So we really liked that option. We didn't have to pay any extra closing costs by doing it that way. Our guide helped us with all that process. It was very easy.
And there's tons of vlogs about use here and all that. I'm not going to go through it because it's kind of complicated, but it's just the time where your points roll over, basically, and you have to use your points.
And there's some logistics as far as banking your points and borrowing from the year before or the next year, etc. So we're not going to turn that into this vlog here. We're not experts. We're learning as we go, if you will. But
our main point was, like I was saying, as we were walking through the Carriage House, was that, you know, our decision to do DVC was really based upon the fact that we could see ourselves staying here in a deluxe hotel for 7 to 10 days, and that we have some flexibility, that we're not stone cold, you know, we have kids in school obviously, but we do have flexibility that we can use. We have enough points that we can use throughout the year, but that we really saw ourselves coming here for the next 10 years. And if you don't see that, then it probably doesn't pay off for you to do the DVC contract stuff.
I just want to be clear, 10 years until we feel like the amount of points is going to pay itself back, but we had a longer contract than that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that you feel like you're now paying for your stays.
Right.
And there are, you know, we've done a lot of vlogs, and we'll continue to do on value resorts and stuff. So if that's your, thing, then you can certainly do it cheaper as you go, I guess. But
Yeah.
this for us was a more longer haul. So.
Absolutely.
So thank you for joining us, and on our first time ever we own this place.
We like to think we do, but.
We do. So thanks for joining us, and please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and as Brielle says,
Onward to our next adventure.
bye.